It's summer in Southwest Florida, and if you're a regular viewer, you know that's one of my favorite times of year around here. Today we're going to talk about life in the summer. I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about summer in Southwest Florida. I think I do one of these videos every year. We're going to talk about what life is like in the summer here. It's a little bit different than you think, I think. And we're also going to talk about some things to do. If you're thinking of coming down here and looking for houses over the summer, you can book a call with me. Or if you're thinking about selling this summer, book a call with me and we will discuss it. This video, I'm only going to touch on real estate a little bit. We're more going to just talk about life down here in the summer. It's true that summer is one of my favorite times of year in Southwest Florida. I know a lot of people are surprised by that, but if you talk to a lot of locals, you will find that it's not that unusual. People who live down here full time or have been down here several years really learn to love our summers. It is a little bit different down here. We are a seasonal place. And so that leads me to the first reason a lot of locals like our summers. And that is everything kind of slows down. There are not as many people in the restaurants. You don't have the crowds that you have in other times of the year. The traffic is less. Now, Southwest Florida has grown significantly over the years. So if you've been here a long time, you might say, oh, summer still has traffic, but it is much less than you see in February and March. The other thing I love about summers is our rainstorms. If you are down here, or if this is your first summer down here, you will learn to time your day around the rain. It is true that we get very hot, and a lot of people talk about the heat down here, but unlike a lot of hot places in the country, which let's face it, most of our country gets hot in the summer unless you go very, very far north, we get rainstorms in the almost every day between 4 and 6, about half an hour. They're pretty dramatic storms. They come, they cool everything off. They kind of break up the hot weather. And I love them. They're beautiful. They're quick. You can kind of time your life around them. I have said this before, if you're driving and all of a sudden you get hit by a heavy rainstorm and makes you uncomfortable, find a parking lot. You'll see a lot of people in parking lots who have just turned in to wait out the storm. Often you're talking 10, 20 minutes. I have called customers. I've gotten through phone calls, just, pulling into parking lots. Let me get some work done. Whatever you want to do. It's an easy, quick rain to knock everything out. And they do tend to be really beautiful. Now, I'm not talking about the named storms. Obviously, I don't love those, but I'm talking about the daily, quick, cool us down type storms. So the weather here is not what you think, I believe, when you are on coastal Florida. Now, when you get to the center of Florida, yes, it's like the sun, basically. It's very hot. But here on the coast, you get it's a little bit better. Another reason I love it in the summer is because there are fewer people, the year-rounders. I can't say no everyone. We are a much bigger city and area than it used to be. But you do it weeds out. Your little groups are smaller and you get a chance to get to know people better in the summer if they're here year-round. That's not to say I don't love my snowbird friends, but I don't get to see them in the summer as much. Now we are going to talk about some things to do in the summer. The number one thing I would tell you about things to do in the summer is if there is something you wanted to do and put it off all winter, summer is the time to do things around here. Now, some things do close in the summer if they're smaller and they really rely on tourism. But if there's a restaurant you've wanted to try and every time you call, they only have, 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. reservations, the summer is the time to do it. I'll give you some ideas. I have several videos out there on local things to do and summer things to do, but I threw together a few more for this summer. The first one I want to talk about is Siesta Key Beach. If you've never been to Siesta Key Beach, it's in Sarasota, and it's often on every list of #1 beach in the country, best beach in the country. It's fantastic. In the winter, it's very packed. Now, if you are in a blizzard in the winter, if you're just watching this video because you're into tourism, you're coming down here for a visit, sure, Siesta Key is great in the winter because if your choices are blizzard or Siesta Key, Siesta Key is the place to be. But if you have the choice of going to Siesta Key in the winter or the summer is the time, because the reason Siesta Key in Sarasota is so popular, gets on those lists, is because of the sand. It has a certain amount of granite in it. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but it keeps it cold. That's the part you want to know. You walk on the sand at Siesta Key Beach, it can be 95 degrees out and the sand is cool. It's so nice to go there. It's pretty packed in the summer, but if you're there in the summer and thinking, wow, there's a lot of people on this beach, imagine what it's like in February. It's definitely the time to go. They have yoga on the beach. You can look it up. Lots of great things to do at Siesta Key. You still want to get there a little early because the parking is not easy, but summer is the time to go to Siesta Key. If the white sands are not for you, you can go to Venice Beach. Now, Venice Beach is the shark tooth capital of the world. If you like to comb the beach and collect things, Siesta Key's probably not going to be the best beach for you. It's more of a white sands. You can still find some nice shells and stuff, but Venice Beach is the place. Venice Beach in Southwest Florida, not in California, is the place to go, and summer's the time to go. You have much less competition to find whatever you're looking for, shark's teeth, shells, and you have some space to walk. There are fewer people in the summer. So if you're going to beaches, summer is the time to do it. And if you get hot, you go in the water. So see, it's all taken care of for you. It's a great time to go. I do see people at beaches now. When I was a kid, nobody did this, but now they bring those camping things where you have a whole shade around you. It's amazing. I see that at beaches. I see umbrellas. People really do that much more than I saw, when I was a kid going to the beach. If you want to be a little bit more active, you can try the Legacy Trail. The Legacy Trail is a Rails to Trail program where they've made a big trail in Venice to Sarasota. It is a paved trail, so it's great for biking. Of course, there are going to be fewer people on it. You probably want to go in the morning because it is going to get hot and then it is going to rain. But it is a great time to check out the Legacy Trail. It's a great place to go for a bike ride. You can have big swaths of it on your own or, be alone for a while. So the Legacy Trail in Venice in the summer, highly recommend. If you're looking for some place to eat or drink, I always recommend the Tiki Bar off the Sheraton in Punta Gorda. It's gorgeous. It's a great place to sit. It's a great place to watch the water. Of course, there's lots of opportunities to get out on the water in the summer, just like in the winter. It also has live music quite often. It's a very relaxing spot, and I think their food is pretty good. I know there are people who argue with me on this, but I've had some good meals at the Tiki Bar in Punta Gorda. If you want another place to go, you can go to Sharkies on the Pier in Venice. It's on a pier in Venice, or right off the pier. It is a very popular hotspot. You have the beach right there. Good food again. Anytime you're right on the water, those restaurants are not known for their food, but good, relaxing. I call it waterfront food. Sharkies on the Pier is a great place to go. It's very crowded in the winter. In the summer, you have a little bit more space, a little bit more room to move around. I highly recommend this is the time to do it. If you're local, I'd love to hear what you like to do in the summer. Drop that in the comments and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.